Amandla, Amandla, Amandla. Viva EFF, viva. Viva EFF, viva. Amandla. Thank you very much, comrades. I've been asked by the Secretary General to just give a political overview so that we allow members of the media to leave and then we engage in the proper induction of the CCT. National chairperson, officials, and members of the Central Command team, fighters who are present here today, deployed to the provincial legislature, National Assembly, the National Council of Provinces, and the members of the mayoral committees, MMCs, who govern in various municipalities. I extend my revolutionary greetings to you in the name of economic freedom in our lifetime. I'm pleased that we have all been able to return from the festive season unharmed and ready to pick up the baton towards defending, rebuilding, and advancing the generational mission of economic freedom in our lifetime. For those we have lost along the way during this period, I extend my deepest condolences, and may we be able to repay their service to this revolution by attaining that which they believed in until their last breath, which is the return of the land and the economy into the hands of its rightful owners. Fellow fighters, what is most commendable is that as revolutionaries, you did not allow yourself to be overwhelmed by a prolonged holiday season, and you showed your selflessness by helping the vulnerable in primary and high schools across the country. The Umntwana Esikoleni campaign and Sofunda Ngenkani campaign, which aims to ensure that the doors of learning are open for all. It's a generational task we have taken from the revolutionaries who crafted the Freedom Charter. As the EFF, we have become the true custodian of liberation in this country since the former liberation movement has become a weapon of capital. Therefore, when you demand that learners and students must be allowed to register for free, when you deliver laptops, school shoes, uniforms, improve infrastructure, and donate to schools to improve the learning experience of the youth, you are picking up the Freedom Charter from the dustbin and implementing it. For your commitment and love for our people, and for your love for education, which is at the center of our freedom, because land and education go side by side, I salute you. I salute you for beginning the new chapter of this struggle by servicing our people, and this is an attitude that must define the EFF moving forward. Commissars and fighters, we are gathered here today after a successful third National People's Assembly, which elected the leadership collective and resolved on key tasks that must be achieved over the next 5 years. The plenum serves as a strategic meeting of the EFF that charts the agenda and program for the EFF for the year, drawing from the mandate and resolutions of the Third National People's Assembly with an appreciation of the condition confronting society today. It is at this gathering wherein the leadership from the provinces and those who are deployed in the legislative sphere will plot the road to freedom through deliberate program of action and intervention which will defend the gains of freedom and advance the genuine interest of the people towards complete emancipation. Commissars and fighters, I wish to declare at this gathering, not only to the audience before me today, but to all the fighters and structures in the ground, that we have begun a new chapter and we stand here stronger than ever before. The only language that we speak moving forward is how do we improve the lives of ordinary people, and anything outside of this constitutes a delay to the liberation of African people. From this platform, I declare that our primary agenda is the defeat of white monopoly capital and its collaborators, and this defeat will be achieved through determination, discipline, and service to the poorest of the poor and forgotten masses of our people. Our declaration is that we have defended this movement of the people, and in our defense we have emerged victorious. Our declaration is that we will no longer mourn, but we will organize ourselves to defeat the enemy who stand in the way of the freedom of our people, whoever that enemy may be. Fellow fighters, we have closed the chapter of contestation. We have closed the chapter of division. We have closed the chapter of infiltration. We have now begun a journey of unity of purpose and unity of principle, and it is so through this that we will liberate the black child from the chains of poverty and hopelessness. Fighters, we are stronger than ever before, and the way you began 2025 by being humble servants of those whose cries are ignored proved to me that we have remained the last hope for our people. You humbled yourself at the feet of the elderly who were begging for help to get their children into school. You humbled yourself before the tears of kids who had never before seen a computer in their lives and gave them that dignity. You presented yourself before a disparate youth that says no to drugs and crime and only needed help with registration. It is this act alone that must encourage you and prove to you that you are a soldier of the people and you belong to the ranks of the Red Army of the EFF. Commissars and fighters, our task now is to rebuild and advance towards total victory in the 2026 local government elections. It is clear that our victory is necessary, and our victory is a demand from generation before us to serve our people. For us, liberation means service to the people. There is no liberation that will be achieved while you are absent from the people. Liberation demands that you subject yourself to the will of the people. Liberation demands selflessness and service, and you must do this without expecting any praise or reward from our people. Fighters, revolution means service at all costs, regardless of the material conditions. It is for this reason that we as the EFF declare the year 2025 as the year of picket lines. It is the year where we return to the streets and to the people in order to report to them that the EFF is alive and well and remain at their services regardless of what they've thought of us in the past. Commissars and fighters, the EFF is the property of the working class and a child of the downtrodden masses of our people, and therefore in 2025 we return this child to the people. Commissars and fighters, to rebuild, we must return to those who gave birth to us, because it is only them who will know how to rebuild that which they gave birth to. It is the people who will give us necessary strength, the necessary courage, and the necessary wisdom to stand on our feet and confront the enemy and complete the mission given to us by heroes and heroines of the past. We have defended this birthright of the liberation struggle, and when provoked, we will always do so. But it is now time to focus on the rebuilding process, and the rebuilding process begins with building strong branches, strong sub-regional structures, but most importantly, not building these structures for the sake of it, but building them in order to service our people. It will therefore be compulsory for all commissars, leaders and provincial structures, members of municipal councils, legislatures and parliament, sub-regional structures, and the branches of all of you will be expected to embark on a program of action on the picket lines and service delivery on weekly basis. The picket lines, commissars and fighters refers to where we will be operating on daily basis as the advanced detachment of the working class. As a people's organization, we must have a battlefield, and that battlefield will not be in the offices or in never-ending planning meetings, but our battlefield will be the streets and in communities. It is on these picket lines that will conduct service delivery.